It's time for the weekly digest. We're going to find out what our ministers have been up to this week. The Ministry of Human Services and Social Security supported 83 women with business grants to help them launch or expand their entrepreneurial pursuits. The checks were distributed on Wednesday as part of an initiative supported by the Government of Canada and the Inter-American Development Bank (IDB). The beneficiaries were persons from the Women's Innovation and Investment Network WIN program. Each of the women received a $300,000 grant, totaling approximately $25 million. Guyana's oil industry has taken another significant step forward with the government's signing of a new production sharing agreement (PSA) for the shallow water block S7. The deal, inked on Tuesday at the Pegasus corporate suite between the government and the Ghanaian-based Cybel Energy Limited, came with a US $17 million signing bonus, approximately US $7 million above the ceiling set for shallow water assets. Minister of Natural Resources Vikram Barrett described the deal as evidence of Guyana's growing international profile.
But I'm happy to say that we're at this juncture where we are signing this agreement with a company that has done well worldwide, especially in the continent of Africa. And to say that with this signing this morning, I believe that we will have an agreement, or we'll have a company from every single continent in the world operating in Guyana. It simply shows that Guyana today is truly on the global stage. It shows that our work and what we have done over the last few years has truly been recognized around the world, so much so that we're attracting investments and interests globally and across continents.
Prime Minister Brigadier Retired Mark Phillips commissioned a 3-megawatt solar farm at Prospect in Region 6 on Saturday. The solar facility will help meet the increasing demand for electricity in Berbice. Prime Minister Phillips said the government is focused on delivering renewable energy that is affordable.
Every renewable project we commission is another step toward an energy system that is modern, affordable, reliable, and resilient, and by extension will lead to a brighter future for Guyana. But beyond that, each project reflects the values of a government, our government, that is committed to lifting the quality of life for every Guyanese in every community throughout the length and breadth of Guyana.
On Wednesday, Prime Minister Phillips underscored Guyana's commitment to deepening bilateral relations with the state of Qatar during a reception hosted by the Chargé d'Affaires of the Embassy of Qatar. In his address, Prime Minister Phillips conveyed congratulations to His Highness Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, the Emir of the State of Qatar, and extended best wishes to the government and people of the country on behalf of the President, government, and people of Guyana on the occasion of the 147th anniversary of the nation's unification.
Guyana seeks to benefit from the best practices that underpin Qatar's rapid economic growth, particularly its forward-looking diversification strategy, as outlined in the National Vision 2030.
At the opening of the Human Rights and Anti-Corruption Expo at the ACCC on Tuesday, Prime Minister Phillips said the government is determined to strengthen human rights by improving the delivery of public services across Guyana. To that extent, the administration has rolled out a series of measures aimed at safeguarding citizens, particularly the most vulnerable.
These include enacting stronger penalties for attempts to incite racial hostility, ensuring policies targeted at equal pay for equal work, expanding shelters and assistance for victims of domestic and gender-based violence, introducing and enforcing anti-discrimination legislation including measures related to sexual orientation, strengthening the training of security forces through required modules in human rights and integrity.
More residents of Region 7 are now closer to landing sustainable and well-paying jobs thanks to the Board of Industrial Training BIT programs. And it is not only men who are taking advantage of BIT training, but an increasing number of women as well.
According to our data, over 600 residents of Region 7 have engaged in programs between 2020 and 2025. With 507 of those persons successfully completing training, with 312 men and 262 women. Friends, this is 574 families impacted, hundreds of children impacted from the programs because their parents, your neighbors, your sisters, your brothers, your parents have now been empowered. This represents a major national investment of over $87 million in the human development of this region. Give yourselves a round of applause.
And one more piece of information, a new BIT facility under construction in Region 7 will be able to train more residents for high-paying jobs. 116 individuals now have the skills to make strides in advancing their profession of choice. Credit to the Guyana Industrial Training Center, GITC. These individuals can now begin to make a meaningful contribution to Guyana's growing economy. The 58th graduation and prize-giving ceremony of the GITC took place on Thursday at the National Cultural Center. The Meadowbank Wharf is set for major upgrades as the government moves to further modernize the facility and improve conditions for hundreds of fisherfolk and vendors. During a walkabout on Friday morning, Minister of Agriculture Zulfikar Mustafa said that additional sheds, enhanced lighting, and new water connections will be installed to help workers operate more efficiently.
Water, they need water. We'll put in some water so that people can get water. I know that when fish is around, you need water to clean the place and so. I am looking at this shed. I heard that this shed is not so comfortable. In the new budget, I will try to put some money to see how we can do better.
50 individuals graduated from the Ministry of Health's Clinical and Technician Training Program on Wednesday. 20 completed the Laboratory Technician course, while 30 received their X-ray Technician certification. This is the largest cohort to complete the training program at a single time. The graduation ceremony was held at the Pegasus Corporate Suite on Wednesday. In congratulating the graduates, Minister of Health Dr. Frank Anthony urged them to see this moment as the first important step on their professional journey.
I wish you well, but I want to emphasize that this is not the end of your journey. This is just the beginning. And that, to me, is a very important thing. This is just the beginning. So continue striving for success and work with us here in the ministry, with all the tutors and everybody else. We want you to work and have that ambition of being the best in your field. Once you do that, I'm sure you'll be extremely successful.
Minister Ashley Singh oversaw the signing on Tuesday evening of a private sector joint venture agreement to develop a sugar refinery in Guyana. The 100,000-ton refinery is being constructed at the former Wales Sugar Estate by local company Geico Inc. and a North American-based Sucro. Sucro has recently developed 3 other factories, including the Caribbean Sugar Refinery and the Santander Sugar in Belize. During the meeting, the investors explained that approximately 75 persons will be employed during the construction phase, while 60 persons will be hired for operation and will become operational within a year.
I'm advised that the Caribbean last year alone imported about 180 million US dollars worth, CARICOM I should say, imported about 180 million US dollars worth of refined sugar. And you now have an opportunity to meet the needs of that entire market.
The government is appealing to members of the neighborhood democratic councils to raise the standard of public service by strengthening their relationship with local communities. Minister Manik Chand exhorted them to serve with dignity, respect, and empathy, even when resources are limited and challenges arise.
I consider myself the people's servant. I'm a servant, given the privilege of holding a job where we get to serve nationally. You are people's servants, given a job to serve your community by the very people that will come to you and look for answers. And you won't always have answers because some of it involves money, some of it involves a policy direction that you're not very clear on, that the government, PRIA, didn't make clear to you. Some of it involves all kinds of different things, but it must always be kind and responsive.
That wraps up another week on Guyana's path to transformation, where every initiative, event, and success echoes the promise of a brighter future for all. Join us again next week for new stories and developments from around the country.